Wham, bam, here I am. I do believe that I'm your man. Oh, son, here I come. I gotta get it. Ah, come on. The beat is all I got, so drop it like it's hot. Your rhythm's got me high. Let's give it all we got. Let's party till we drop. Your rhythm's got me high. Make me feel like I can fly.
I'm out of sync. I'm trying something different with the mic and the lights today, so just, I don't know, bear with me for a minute here. I wish I knew anything about lights or lighting. Unfortunately, I don't. I'm fucking dumb. Hold on, we're gonna try something though. I know what's gonna happen if I do this though. The guitar's gonna fall forward. Damn it. Hold on, hang on. We're gonna make this work. Hang on. I'm gonna try something and eliminate some angles here. And we're gonna see if we can get some better lighting happening. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the AmpSim Show, episode 199. I want to make a correction from yesterday. Due to a small... Wow, there's nobody here yet. Guitar hangs, folks. Guitar hangs. I should just title everything Guitar Hangs. People just drop in when it says Guitar Hangs. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Fuck. It's early. We're gonna have some fun with some tones, some new stuff. This is brand new. Spark Edition. I'm incredibly excited about this. It sort of caught me by surprise. Do it like we do on the Discovery Channel. And I want to make sure this light is just get out of my grill, man. Like, this stand I wish would just go away. I need something else. I don't know. I got to figure out a way to keep the stand out of my grill and the lights out of my grill. Or, sorry, the lights on my grill. Anyways, this is just awkward now. I'm trying to, like, overcompensate somehow. All right. I realized that this actually pivoted, so this actually helps me a bit. That's cool. I don't know. We'll see about this thing. I am not having the best of times with the stand lately. All right, what are we doing? We're hanging out with Spark today. If you're in the chat, just chat me up. Say hi. It's going to be maybe a slower stream. I don't know. We're going to talk about this guy right here and the original and the differences between the two because they have put this into the plugin. They've put it into Ampbox, but as far as I can see here, they haven't really done they haven't done the whole amp. Man, I also have it like set on a really cold color that makes me appear to be like, maybe I should liven things up or lighten things up a little bit and make it a little bit less cold looking. What do you guys think? Should I do that? I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna pivot this a little bit more. We'll see what happens. Okay, so essentially this was one of Mercurial Audio's best plugins. And still to this day, Mercurial Audio Spark. I really hope they don't discontinue the original, because the original and when it comes to like the reaxis Reaxis is very simple. So is the U530. They've done like a very like one-to-one kind of port over, whereas Spark is a bit different. Straight out of the box, I'm noticing it's very much different from what I'm used to. So we're going to go to the 2D cab. I'm going to put together just a simple deal here. I'm going to use a couple of mics, and this is the cab section. You guys, if you've watched enough here, you'll know that I'm not really super excited about this cab section. Like it's a little behind the times. So maybe we'll just use, I'm going to use my own IR just for a minute. Or did they add IRs? Let's check theirs out first. There are some very good sounding IRs in here. I just wish there was the ability to blend them. I'm not sure if they would all phase or not properly. I'm not sure if they could all be blended or not. That is probably maybe one of the reasons they haven't done it. Because not all files are meant to blend and work together. All right, so anyways, hold on a sec, guys. I'm going to go to all face for a sec here. And I'm just going to put on, I have to go and look something up here. So anyways, morning tones today. We're on, okay. I am on now with it. All right. Bo's gonna bring it in here. I think we've got a couple people. Pedro, what's going on? And hopefully this is gonna be a fun one. So if you're not familiar with the original Spark, actually I'm gonna go with this cab because it sounds pretty good. If you're not familiar with the original Spark has several amps in it, whereas this is kind of the ultimate modded 800. I'm going to show you the ultimate modded 800. This is going to be a good one though. So I've got a cab, I've got everything going. I am going to tune up. I am using my early 2000s, late 90s EC1000. LTD EC1000 loaded with, why? Sorry, it's not really picking things up properly. There we go. And it is loaded with Z Labs custom pickups. Actually, off the top of my head, I don't know the model names. I really should. It's been a while. These pickups have been with me for quite some time, and they sound terrific. And they sound terrific in this guitar. So let's all right, that's kind of loud. Just get things fired up. So let's. All right, so I want to go to the 800 for your first. And this guitar, you might be thinking, oh, it's kind of a metalcore guitar. It's basically meant to be a Les Paul, and it's loaded with some pretty versatile pickups. So we're after some rock tones today. We're going to be after some thrashy tones. We're going to be after a bunch of different stuff. And if there's anything else, first hour is going to be all about Spark and using different things inside here, different IRs and everything else. Second hour can be a bit about Spark and a little bit about anything else. We're also going to give the original plugin a quick go to show you guys what the original kind of looks like, and I'm just really hoping that this doesn't mean they're going to discontinue the old Spark, because the old Spark is different from this, and it's a seriously great plugin. It is, in my opinion, still the best Marshall plugin on the market today. It is the most realistic in response, and everything else just sounds amazing, and everything dials in like a real Marshall should. A lot of people really like it, so we'll see. But today is going to be all about this version of mostly about this version of the Spark. All right, so we're gonna go through the different mods they've got. Bo, I'm hoping will drop in. If Bo's not here already, I was hoping Bo will drop in to for that expertise. Oops, I forgot we are still on all face. I'm sorry, folks. My bad. I also forgot that I didn't have. I'm just noticing now that the all face background doesn't have a background, so I've got to fix that. We're actually coming up with, when we slow down a little bit, we're going to come up with, Bo and I are going to come up with a whole new streaming background and everything else. I'm going to maybe see if I can even give him like remote access so he can just maybe help me dizzle up this background a little bit and make it a little bit, you know, make it snazzier and get away from the whole purple pink thing. As like that's a lot of channels are using like the purple pink thing, and they were even before I was, so it's sounds pretty good. I am going to jump in my own IR just for a minute because, as we always say, I want to hear what the amp is giving me. Just off the top, you know what I mean? I want to hear right now what the amp is giving me, and I want to make sure that like everything else in the chain is super consistent to what I like, and I know everything else to a T what it's giving me. So I want to hear what the amp is giving me. This is a much darker cabinet. I want to point out the angle. But I know what it's giving me. If I wanted to use a Marshall with this, I really need to just get this favorites folder figured out. I think today's the day. Today's the day where I'm just going to go through this folder and say all my folders and just bow. It's not for sale anymore. Fuck. Man, that stinks. I have a lot of different Marshall. Let's try to find one of my favorite Marshall. And dang it, I wish Thomas was here because Thomas has, you know, I can't recall the exact file, but Thomas and I have this awesome, Thomas on our team here recommended me this amazing file, and I just can't for the life of me remember it right now. Wait, what do I have in the test right now? Nothing in the test right now. All right, so I'm going to go into... what should I go with here? I think I'm going to go with ML Sound Lab. I'm going to go with the Mars Mofo pack for just a moment. And we'll go like that. And I'll go to the blends and we'll just start there. And that's the Marshall Mode 4 cabinet, of course. That's going to be a bit more what I want for this amp right now. There it is. That's the IR. That's the Mars Mofo, the gnarly mix in there. Excited about this tone already. And yeah, we're just going to go from here. I'm going to use the power amp type. It's 20204 and a mod. This is something that's not on in the original plugin. I don't believe there's. I'm curious if Bo is able to make it in here. That'd be sick because and I will remind him. But that's sounding pretty gnarly right there. Get it? Gnarly. There's also a new addition this time around, and that's a pedal, the Spirion, which is a Klon Centaur clone. And we'll do something modernish with it. All right. Okay, I'm going to make sure I have the phone here just in case. And Bo's got the information in here. Hold on. Bo, can you drop that into the stream chat? Thank you. He'll be in here in a sec. He's going to drop some information on us because Bo is the modified martial guy. And in 2026, he'll be showing you a thing or two about his knowledge for modified martials. But that aside, also, I wanted to make a small announcement. Monday, the 200th episode I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to pull a bit of a sneaky on you guys. There was one episode I had to delete, so this is technically 198. So I'm doing one more episode, and then Friday is going to be the 200th episode with the secret plugin. I misunderstood our release plan, and so the teasers are coming out. All the teasers are going to come out on Monday. So keep your eyes peeled to the Wavemind social media, the Facebook, and their Instagram, and potentially the YouTube. So make sure you get on all the Wavemind social media. And for the announcements, there will be a couple of teasers dropping. Then Friday, that's more fitting, isn't it, though? Instead of Monday, Friday, that's our usual gathering time. Friday is when we are going to gather. I'm going to see if maybe potentially the artist is going to be able to potentially join us at this time. It might actually be possible. We'll see. I don't know. The artist is actually on tour right now, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen there. But Friday is going to be the official 200th episode, and we are going to have the unveiling of the secret plugin. The announcement, these teaser announcements will come Monday. So you're going to be wondering what things are just a little bit longer. And my apologies, as I did not mean to represent, but it was discussed, and I just completely thought one thing was the other, and here we are. So now, getting back to the point at hand. That's the nice sounding Klon, but it's not really what I want right this moment. I want the Greed Smasher. Because why? Because it's consistent. I know what the Greed Smasher is giving me. I've been using this particular pedal in its free form outside of Ampbox for 15 years probably. So let's see what this is giving us. Ooh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That is just lovely. Let's go to the 34 mod. Now, the 34 mod is a bit of a different bird. Mode select. Hang about. So are these three different amps then? Is the 34 the slash then? But they just don't change the faceplate color? And then 35, we need Bo. I'm going to wait for Bo on this one. So this is definitely a different bird than the original Spark. What's going on? Exhumed Corpse, nice to see you. Good morning. How's that coffee coming there, Turkish? What's up with them sausages, Charlie? Anybody but know what movie that's from? What's up with them sausages, Charlie? 2 minutes, Turkish. Wow, that got really beefy really fucking quick. And I am using the ML Sound Lab IR right now. I could go through, let's just go through some of the great IRs they give you in Ampbox though for fun, because there are a lot of them in here. And I gotta make sure we stay in tune here. I'm getting used to light strings, but I still, in certain scenarios, want to hammer the crap out of them. And then you get that, you got to remind yourself, don't hit, I don't have to hit these hard. For a long time, I played with kind of higher tension, thicker strings, so I could really bash on it, and it wouldn't give you that motion, you know, that play where it's wow, wow, wow. And I still got to remind myself once in a while not to hit things as hard as I would like to. So these are all from Max Morton Studios, or a lot of them are. Oh wait, and Shift Line and R Safes, R Safes Productions. I don't know either one. Let's try those. I haven't. I think these might be new. Are these new? Let's go back to the 800 for a sec. Sounding tasty. How's everybody's morning going? Are you watching the Olympics? Oh man, we're going to talk about Olympics from time to time on these streams, folks. You know, the last time there was an Olympics, we talked about it a fair bit. And I always like to call it that time in your life when you get to care about sports that nobody cares about except for the athletes that are currently competing and their families. There are certain sports out there that have, in my opinion, like, it's just, that any other time, if it wasn't the Olympics, would you watch luge or skeleton? Absolutely not. You would not watch that. There's no way. I know it's exciting, but I would not watch that. You know what I mean? It's like the Summer Olympics. How often do you watch diving? Would you just arbitrarily watch diving? No, you wouldn't. But during the Olympics, fuck yeah. So it's always a fun time. The missus and I always get up for the Olympics. He does NAM captures. Cool beans. Cool beans. Interesting. So we're staying in tune pretty good here so far today. We're gonna, we're having fun. I'm having a good time. I'm always having a good time with this plugin though. Again, giving me a little play. Why? You're in tune. All right, let's try that again. Sounding pretty good. I'd like to scoop it out a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, I think we could do new metal classic gent. That's sounding better. Sounding pretty beefy. The Metal Void low tune clarity. Are they shooting these? I have no idea how he's making them. There's no real snowstorm black metal. Sounds pretty good for rock and roll too. Do feel free to jump in today, folks. I appreciate it, and I appreciate all you guys being here. As always, it's a good time. Now, the 34 mod is a kind of one of those things where if you're going to engage the 34 mod, you're going to want to be a little cautious with everything else you're doing in the signal chain, because it is sort of like that guy that shows up at the party that everybody really like. They kind of like him, but he's really loud and obnoxious when he first gets there. And you just got to take some time to get, let him get in charge of the room. It's one of those things that it very much is. It's a huge difference. So let's turn off the overdrive. That's one thing we're going to want to do here. All right, let's try this out. Now we are going to be cautious with what we're doing here with the rest of the signal chain. I'm gonna bring my signal strength up a bit. That is getting a little bit on the noisy side. And that's okay though, because it's like I said, it's a bit of a, it's there. It comes in pretty hot. So let's switch things around a bit. Now, keep in mind the 34 mod was kind of invented. It was, well, not kind of. It was invented before most players were doing that, you know, that modern boosty thing. But it was meant to give, as far as I understand it, meant to give players more of an edge. Kind of like what players eventually found with like using tube screamers in certain ways. This is... That is like clangy boys. That is not the IR I want to use for that. Now, this is a situation where I may actually go back and look to my favorites and go to that angle again. So let's go to that. And now let's see what we have here. This might get a little tastier. It's a bit darker. That is real clangy. And it was a big thing for Slash, as far as I understand it. Bo is here now with a load of Marshall information for those that, if, by the way, if you're watching this after the fact, you always have to make sure you're looking at the chat so it doesn't look like I'm insane and just talking to myself. All right, let's see. It's 1 amp, stock 800. Number 34, Use Your Illusion mod, done for Slash by Frank Levi for UYI after 36 was stolen back by SIR. Okay, and 36 mod, which was, thank you so much, you're the bestest ever. Okay, I got to read through all this. Was gutted, and Levi Caswell used the scraps to add an extra gain stage. I say Levi Caswell because the amp was originally... Wow, this is... Jesus, like I said, folks, Bo knows, and this dude knows his Marshalls and his Marshall history. 39 was used by Slash for demo and rehearsal leading up to recording AFD, but Lynch ultimately rented it out to record with Dawkins same period, so Slash rented 36. Okay, so what do we have here, Bo? It was what we have here. We have 834 and 36, if I'm looking at it carefully. Oh, by the way, folks, I don't know what you guys did last night, but Sam woke up feeling amazing. So thanks for all the positive wishes you guys gave Sam last night, because he was feeling real out of sorts yesterday. We were a little worried, and then all of a sudden we woke up and he was all charged up and ready to fucking haul ass again. And so whatever you guys did, thanks for the good wishes. It's not a novel, Bo. This is exactly the kind of things that are necessary when talking about modified Marshalls. You hear a lot of people saying, like, dude, I love modified Marshalls. Like, it's a new thing where, like, I think a certain generation is starting to finally get interested in what modified Marshalls are. And not only that, but also starting to come across the realization that many of us have known for a long time, is that there are many really cool products out there today that are basically just modified Marshalls that have other branding on them. You know, when you talk about, there are tons and tons of amps out there right now that have like 90% Marshall DNA under the hood. And you might be thinking, how is that possible? Well, it just is. It's just the way things work. I can never remember that riff. Let's just go back and make the riff even more Hetfield. Wow. That's pretty close for the tone there, dude. But that song's about a guy that stole a bike. I wonder what other HC riffs I can remember off the top of my mop. You guys were in E though, yeah? Man, I would love to, like, if there's one thing, can you imagine like just being able to like go back in time and do little things, just like, you can't do anything like crazy, and just go back and be like, boys, we're gonna tune down to just D standard. Can you imagine hearing the old HC stuff in D standard? Oh! Not to say that it wasn't heavy as balls in E or E flat. Was it E flat? I can do that. Did they? Yeah, I can do this. We'll go back to the 800. What are the settings on the OD? This song rips. Not all about metal in the morning. What were the settings? Is this roughly the settings here, boss? Beautiful. This is a great sound. I love this guitar so much. Stop slouching! Ah! Fuck, everyone was straight up E? Really, eh? Quarter drive. What do you mean by quarter after level? This sounds delicious. This sounds huge right now. I kind of want to kick this on though. That's a bit tinny there. Let's try the other one. That's way better. I'm hitting these two just slightly too hard, and it's just wow. That just leads me to believe that I should probably go up a gauge on this guitar. Yeah, I'm going to go up a gauge on this guitar. I don't think I'm going to be playing a ton of lead on it, but we'll see. Instead of, I think I've got 50 to 11 right now. I think it'd be cool to go with like a, probably like a 52s to 11 in D standard then. That sounds so good. Oh. Wow. This is not the same Spark. This ain't your granddaddy Spark. Damn it. Spark's now extinct. My favorite Marshall plugin, and I can't really push it as like I used to anymore. Good God. Having a little coffee, decaf, of course. I'm not much of a caffeine guy beyond the Coca-Cola. Wowzers. Getting a lot of vibration after the string. I'm going to put a piece of foam in there after the stream, but for now, hold up. Shake the dust off it. Hold up, folks. I got a groove wrap. I got a couple of pink groove wraps that just sort of chill off to the left here. See if that helps. Yeah, it's actually better. I could just hear a ton of vibration after the nut. I can't remember that song at all. I haven't played enough Metallica. I really would. I should just go on like a Metallica redemption tour where like I try to learn all the riffs I couldn't play when I was a kid. That would make me happy because like as a kid learning Metallica, there are just riffs I could not play, no matter how hard I tried. Megadeth riffs were very few and far between. I tried and tried and tried and tried and tried, but like there was just a different bag between learning Metallica and then Megadeth. I knew this guy, his name was Ty, T-Y-E, and I would go to his house and the dude and we would play guitar together, and the guy knew all these Megadeth and Testament songs, and all I knew was like Metallica and like Lighter. Like, and easier rather. So it was kind of tough to play with certain people that like Megadeth was just a different bag learning. Anybody that's ever tried to learn Metallica and Megadeth songs can attest to the fact that Megadeth songs are in fact fucking harder, way harder. It's not even close. It's, you know, like Metallica songs by all means are not easy. They still take some doings, but Megadeth songs are on another level. You take the hardest. What is the hardest Metallica song? Dyer's Eve? Could we say that's probably the most technical and fastest Metallica song, Dyer's Eve? And you put that song, and that's just like an everyday Megadeth song. That's the thing about that, you know. I don't know. Not to say like we're not comparing the bands. I'm just saying how hard it is to learn one and the other. You know, I'm not saying one's better than the other or worse or anything else because I love both bands. But could we agree that Megadeth is just on another level? That's what I'd like to do, is go back, learn some Metallica and Megadeth, and make the defeated 12, 13, 14, 15, 21-year-old in me that could never learn those songs. Now I feel like I've gotten my guitar playing to a level where I could probably learn some, so maybe I'll learn some more Megadeth. The problem with learning covers and playing covers in live and stream is when someone sees you these days play a cover wrong or poorly, they feel the need to chime in or note, or at least in their mind go, ha, he played it wrong. You know, like, you know what I mean? It's just a riff in a guitar hang. I'm not out here trying to do a direct cover of it. So you know what? Maybe I'll take my self expectations down a little bit and just try to have some more fun with it. Man, the Boss Overdrive's noisy, eh? That sounds terrific. Sounds great, give or take 75%. Oh, sorry, 75% tone. Wait, I see what you're saying. Pragmatic man, you're back. What is my approach to a blending two IRs? Well, you're gonna find out a whole hell of a lot about that in the coming streams. I'm going to be doing a lot of IR content, and I'm probably going to do an IR stream maybe today or tomorrow. This is technically going to become episode 198. There'll be 199. I will be an IR stream, and then 200 is going to be on Friday. Friday, you will be here, and you will know or have ideas of what the secret plugin will be. It's sad because I'll be at work that day, so I'm not going to be it's sad that I'm not going to be able to just drop it on you guys out of nowhere. You're definitely going to see some other content that's going to be just some of the people doing content right now with it are just whoa. So you're going to see a lot of content popping up on Friday. And so that's going to be fun. But mine will be one of them, and you guys will be here 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time Friday for episode 200. We're going to have some giveaways. Hopefully a guest. We'll see if we can make it work. And definitely Chris from WaveMind will be joining us. I love that I don't know what Bo can probably explain it a bit better than I can, but whatever that edge is that it adds is just something that sounds similar to that TC Electronics preamp, integrated preamp that so many people use and love, and myself included. Hold on a sec here. Hold on. Please add some free IRs to the special IR stream. That is going to be a segment all in itself. This is mostly going to be just paid, the biggest paid companies. But the thing is, though, all the companies have well-priced stuff. Like Dr. Bonkers has packs for $4.99. They have a 99-cent, I believe, pack. So there's a lot out there that you can get for really cheap, Ton. But I am planning on doing at least one stream where it's going to be mostly free. In fact, all free IRs and stuff that's available from. Whether it be Tone 3000 or elsewhere on the internet that you guys can go and get. There's stuff available from Coffee Custom Cabinets that's free. There's stuff from variety of companies out there. A lot of cabinet builders are starting to do that, actually, starting to shoot their own in-house IRs and starting to just throw them up on their website for free to give people out there even just a basic idea or a good idea, depending on their setup and what else they're using, of what these IRs sound like. So that's pretty fun. 8 people in the house. Hi, how are you? We are right now welcoming Spark into the family. That is just sounding delicious to my ears. I'm also happy to announce that Aurora DSP has finally, after a lot of work, finally confirmed everything, and everything is now going to be in development shortly for the first ever Aurora DSP signature plugin. They've never done a signature plugin before. They've done analog collaborations, but they've never done a signature plugin before. Actually, they have kind of with Dead Kitty, which was actually done for a producer. I believe a Polish producer. But the first signature artist that Aurora DSP is bringing to the company is a pretty big name. And I will give you a hint that the music, that artist might be closer than you think currently. And and on top of that, there will be bass and guitar available in the same plugin. There will be a guitar rig and a bass rig based on this signature artist, and 2 artists in the band. So that's what I can give you for information at this point. Wow, that was... Why? Why is this guitar bucking me today? It's trying to buck. It is about minus 35 outside right now, and inside the radiant heat is working quite diligently, and the humidifier, I didn't refill it before I went to sleep. So, and you might be thinking, wow, really? All that affects your guitars? Yes. Absolutely. Remember, these are kind of living instruments. They're made of wood, and wood lives and breathes. It shrinks, it expands, it does all kinds of things. It twists, it mangles, it splits. All kinds of things can happen to guitars when you put them through extreme temperatures. I've actually seen, not just guitars. Boy, have I seen some fucked up shit happen to drums in cold weather. But nonetheless, if you have extreme temperature differences in your area, I would get yourself a humidifier and a dehumidifier potentially, and treat your guitars. Treat those guitars. Let's go back to some of the onboard IRs now that I kind of have a pretty good grasp on what the amp is giving me. Let's go through some of their Marshall IRs. Sweet. And so we're not really after metal or anything today. It's more like maybe hard rock. That's what we're looking for. Hard rock. Let's see. All right. Sounding pretty good. Go to the screen here. Sounding good to me. I don't know. How about you folks? To me, I'm enjoying these tones so far anyways. Nice. There's some also nice post effects here. If you're into post effects, there's also enough EQ and stuff to do what you need to do so you can have that pretty close to a full signal chain. You might need a limiter and stuff, but most of the time you'll be able to get it done. Here is the delay. We can put that up here if we'd like. Too fast. Sorry, wrong way. That's all right. I don't really want the ping pong. How do I change the ping pong? Time mode. There we go. All right, before verb, yes. And that might be good. All right, sounds good. It's a bit too loud. Whoa. Sounding pretty good. Little edit soon after that. Still pretty new, these strings. So giving them a good solid bend like that is probably going to be like, ah, wait, what are we doing here? You don't play lead. Asshole, stop playing lead. All right, what do we got? So as far as the 36 goes, if they use the original circuit design for the upgrade version, it's based on the AFD 100. So comparing the AFD 100 to 36 circuits. Okay. Okay. Please tell the people on Aurora to pay attention to the noise gate on their plugin. It needs some love. Yeah, there's a lot of things a lot of bugs. There's a lot of small bugs that have all been fixed, and I'm happy to say that the Flesh Rot plugin is going to be kind of rolled out in stages. So each time they fully developed a new feature, it's going to go in, and people will be able to make new content and do with things that they're going to do and enjoy it. The presets will be, of course, fixed. So the presets will be fixed. New pedals are going to be added. The bugs will be fixed. There are a couple of controls that are currently backwards. It is what it is. These things are, this is exactly what betas are for. This is a living beta that gives people maybe a little bit more of a personal connection to the plugin after they've been through kind of, I remember I was there from the beginning when it first started. Kind of that scenario, That sounds pretty good. The delay is good. There's also a nice verb in here, should you want to use it. I don't require that at the moment, but it's great for the clean tones that you can get from some of the other amps inside this wonderful suite of amps. And it's a fun plugin if you haven't played around with Ampbox. I highly suggest you do it if this is your first time seeing it. Feel free to go to this. Make sure you go to the list. There's a Bogner. There's an Angle. There's a Triaxis. A Mezaboogie, rather. Another Mezaboogie rectifier. You've got an EVH 5153. You've got another modified Marshall. A couple of Fenders. An SLO 100. And a bass amp as well. And then you've also got kind of in the bass distortion, rather in distortion, the A Mega bass is going to give you kind of that sort of, how do I call it? Maybe dark glass vibe. Also, I don't actually know, when did they include an HM2? When did that jump in? I don't actually know when that happened. That's cool. I'm not sure if we're going to use it today. Maybe we could, but we'll see. Adds a lot of low end, which is probably why they have extra padding. The circuit and the FD with that parallel input stage in place probably had a shit ton of block distortion. Got you. 6 people in the house. It's an early boy today. We are at 1 hour. But these will be about 90 minutes most of the time, so I won't be taking a break or nothing. We'll probably just, I remember I saying at the start we're going to go like hour and an hour, but I kind of neglected to think that it's Saturday morning, so we're only going to probably do about 90 minutes. And then I've got some business to get to. I may come back at you guys today, however, with an IR stream. And if you guys want, I'm not sure which company is going to be first. I think it might be because, I've gotten so much use out of his EGA. Maybe we'll do Dr. Bonkers first. We could do ML Sound Lab first. We could do any company first. Maybe Own Hammer. And wow, that's why that got so noisy. Maybe Own Hammer and Red Wires. We could go way back to the way back and start there. But the problem with Own Hammer is I don't have anything current. I don't have a lot of current stuff. I have a lot of their older stuff that they don't have for sale anymore. And it's weird that you have to kind of repurchase some things, and it's sort of confusing. So with them, I'm not 100% sure, but Red Wires is definitely one of the companies I leaned on the most in the beginning. So that's something, and I do have the full big box. And I would love to be able to show you guys the big box. And also on top of the big box, be able to show you guys how to use STL Ignite's Libra. We might kind of go over that in that same stream. Pragmatic Man. That is one stream you'll want to check out. Definitely the red wires. If you're curious about blending IRs, that is going to be something for you. Maybe we'll just do it. Maybe we'll just say, fuck it. We're going to do red wires today, later today. And maybe we'll even bump it back to back today. I mean, that's kind of asking you guys a lot to watch that much stream, but I do want to mix in one more today because I know I'm going to have the time and tomorrow I will not. So today we'll probably end up mixing in another stream and we'll go red wires and we'll go, we'll just use a few different amp sims. I'm going to aim to use the exact same amp sims in almost all of these IR streams. Just so that there's a consistency behind what you guys are hearing and the information that I'm giving you. So you'll be able to go in order through the other streams and you'll be able to kind of match it up and be like, okay, this is what this sounds like. This amp sounds like with these. This is what this amp sounds like with these. And the same amp sounds like with these other ones, as opposed to me using different products all the time, which kind of really spreads out the variables. So I would rather kind of give it to you guys as straight as I can. Sorry, I went on another rant there. Went full nerd with the dialogue. No, you didn't. This is what, I mean, the fella yesterday that asked like what our team is and what our team does. This is the kind of stuff our team does. Bo's expertise here range in, we say, you know, the slogan around here is Bo knows. Like the old, Bo Jackson ads. Bo knows. It's whatever it is, Bo knows about it. You know, he is the expert here. I would say the king expert. While I may have initiated the start of the group and the team, I would say is the most knowledgeable person on our staff as a whole is Bo by a considerable margin. So yeah, that's where our team comes in very handy, especially in a stream like this where we're focused on a modified Marshall. And if you're out there and you don't have any idea what a modified Marshall even is, I know what an 800 is, and I don't know what the fuck all these switches do though. Oh my God. Like whenever we do anything in Ampbox for a Bogner, I need Bo there for sure to help me, to help walk me through the intensity of a fucking Bogner. And that's maybe while we've got him here, maybe that can be another thing. Is that not another brand that sort of started modifying Marshalls, Bo, or is that incorrect? Because we know that Soldano started that way, Friedman started that way, Splon started that way, and a number of other companies started by modifying Marshalls and cutting their teeth on modified Marshalls. Is Bogner another one of said, or are those completely, because that dude is so eccentric, are those all just very original creations? Because that's one thing I've never really I'm not a Bogner expert by any means. I know about the amps, but that is one brand that, you know, like, I don't toot my own horn when it comes to being like an expert on Bogner stuff. Yes, okay. The short version, Bo says yes, that Bogner is another company, another huge fucking company that started modifying Marshalls. One could also argue that PV's, not PV, hang on, but even we're going to talk about the PV Butcher and a couple of other amps that over at PV that actually do have a lot of Marshall DNA. The 5150, while not necessarily sharing Marshall DNA necessarily in that definition, but the inspiration for the 5150 and the entire 5150 series, the inspiration came from modified Marshalls because, of course, Eddie Van Halen used modified Marshalls for a very long time and became famous for, you know, the high gains and hot mods and stuff he was doing. Not only Eddie Van Halen, but Thin Lizzy also, for the record, I believe were also using some crazy modified Marshalls back in the day as well. Is that also correct, Bo? Or am I also misreading that? See, here's the thing. When you have the off-axis files, it makes me sort of a little angry because I really want to use the 57 like on-axis file to blend it with. So the next update for Ampbox needs to be a cabinet section. It's got to be that dual IR loader and dual cabinet loader. It's got to maybe some more cabinets. There's so much pizzazz and so much fun, so many fun things going on in every other section. And this section seems to just be an old staple. It's effective, it's simple, it's easy to dial in, and there's lots of quality in it because this is on the left side here. This is all Redwire's stuff. And as you're going to find out potentially later today, Redwire's IRs are some of the best ever made by one of the best to ever do it. Yes, it's older stuff. It's been around forever. But the techniques have not changed that drastically, and Redwire's is still to this day some of the highest quality IRs you could ever buy. And plus, what I'm going to show you about blending those is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to use Ignite, STL Ignites, Libra, and I'm going to show you guys. We're also going to use the freebie Nadir to show you how to blend two files, and then we're going to show you how to create your own blends with STL Ignite, and that's going to be super fun. So make sure to tune in a little bit later. By the end of this stream, I'll have kind of come to terms with the start time. I may just do it back to back today, folks, because I will just get it all out, and we have nothing to do while the day warms up. So I may just do a back to backer here. And if that is something you might be interested in having on even in the background, let me know in the chat. It'll be another probably 90 minutes plus. It's sounding a little bit, again, I wish I could blend that. On-axis and off-axis files need to be blended. That's sounding pretty nice. Would you guys agree? We are starting to find ourselves in a nice tone territory here. Wow, that sounds really nice to my ears anyhow. Let's crank the gain up. We are going to save this. Save as. You know what's coming here, folks. Beef. Beef. This might be the best tone that I've been able to get so far. And so far it's been like, there's been a lot of really solid tones so far. Wow, that's mean sounding. Well, that's you can really change the response. The JJs are so much brighter. Wow. I'm liking it so far, that is for sure. This file's really good. This is the MAR 412 1NTR. Isn't the NTR a Rhodes mic? Wow, I'm very impressed. Color me impressed. Red wires are great. I agree. This could do Fear Factory tones? Yeah, it could definitely do Fear Factory tones. 100%. I've got the gain way back on this one. Well, actually, no, that's incorrect. There's something we're missing here. All right. It's getting close. Yeah, it's better there too. It's getting close. We can get this up too here. Wow, that sounds really good. That's the other thing I would have done. Gone back in time and tried to convince in any way, shape, or form. Just use like my timeline of where I know they are and just show up everywhere and be like, record the Black Album in D like Motley Crue. You had to know that Bob Rock was probably the influence there somewhere. Like, guys, you should do D. And they're like, no, we're not Bob. We're not doing D. Just one song. Do the D. And they finally did it on Sad But True, and it sounded rad. Imagine Enter Sandman, that whole album. Imagine the whole Black Album in D standard. Oh, oh my God. Just that little bit lower, even E flat. With the same rig they used on the Motley Crue Dr. Feelgood album. Is the album Dr. Feelgood? Yeah, I'd say what you want. I'm not saying that Motley Crue is better than Metallica. Just chill the fuck out there. I'm saying the production of the guitar production. It sounded rad on the Metallica album too, but man, like just something about D standard just has me like, just makes Motley Crue like, just makes them heavy enough to be like heavy, you know? Like, I don't know. Excuse me. Speaking of Motley Crue, this is... Damn it. I can't remember the whole song. It's a fun song to play. And it's great guitar tone, great sounding album, but you had to know that Bob Rock was probably on top of Metallica. Guys, please just try this D thing. I'm like, fine. I know they had used drop. Was it D or drop D for the thing that should not be? I thought that song was drop D. D standard is a heavy ass tuning for any type of music. You can use the most extreme metal to hard rock. I believe that D is just sounds awesome. Use it for country even. It just gives things a little bit more that low. Yeah, you know? I don't know. E flat's pretty rad too though. Not to say that E isn't heavy, but so we went from AC/DC dad rock at the start to full-on fire-breathing fucking dragon and just a few shakes. And I haven't even maxed out the amp gain yet. I haven't even maxed out the preamp gain yet. Let's just max it out. See what happens here. Wow, sounds so big. That's disgusting. I actually don't want it up there though. I think it stays tighter before you. Bo probably has all of the technical lingity on this one of why, but it just stays tighter without diming it. That's so close to that Motley Crue tone. Holy shit. Why we burn down a Halloween? Why not? Why not? He stopped my heart. I showed my wife those Vince Neil those Vince Neil vocal videos where they do the fucking the subtitles. Where's all Jimmy? Hey, say hey, how to boo. He has no idea. He's got the lyrics on a teleprompter right in front of him, and he's still fucking airmailing it in. It's so shitty. Oh man, those videos are so awesome. If you haven't, just look up funny Vince Neil vocals right up here in that search bar, and you'll find plenty to keep you, plenty to keep you laughing. Let's tone check. Let's tone check. There's more. It's going to be more twang in his tone, though. So let's tone check anyway. I know I'm not in sync, so I can't play along. But I just want to hear the one. His is squishier. There's no tube screamer out front of his. That sounds way better without the tube screamer. Oh, that's so close. We're gonna get some delay in real quick here. There's a light delay in there. I can hear it. We're gonna bring that. Wow. Wowzers, it's sounding pretty good. Save as Mars. Man, that's pretty cool. I'm all over this. This has been fun, guys. Been super fun so far. I'm going to be back at you guys probably back to back in it today because I just don't feel like shutting down the rig. I know if I shut down the rig and I go to the couch to start doing other stuff, I might not come back, but I'm jazzed up. I'm just ready to go. I'm all in on doing a stream today. I think we're going to come back with Red Wires. We're going to come back with STL Tones Ignite, Libra, and Nadir, and those are going to be our just a few amp sims. It's going to be the Kazrog 1992. It's going to be the Fortin Nameless Suite OG. It's going to be probably the Valve State plugin from Audiority, the Solidus 8100, and then somewhere else in there I'll mix in if it's something, if we're looking for clean tones at any point. I may even come back with the same guitar because this is just pretty versatile. So we'll see. We're going to come back and we'll use a few products and we'll go through a bunch of different things. The big box is what we're after today, and I will tell you right now, the big box is awesome. And the big box IRs appear in more plugins than you might think. Whether, like in this case, Red Wires is not anywhere visible here, but it is in the plugin manuals. I do believe that they credit Red Wires. Also, many other plugins have used Red Wires over the years, from Scuffum S-Gear, which I have not gone over, and I keep reminding myself that Scuffum S-Gear still exists, and it's still getting updated, and it's still getting new stuff. And if you've never heard of Scuffum S-Gear, and you're into anything that's anything outside of metal tones, basically, go right now and check out Scuffum S-Gear, because I can promise you that you are going to enjoy what this has to offer. It's amazing what chorus does to rhythm guitar. Obviously, in that situation, I was using a ton of chorus, but you don't have to use just a subtle amount of chorus mixed in with your rhythm guitar, even if it's on like the bus or whatever. Trust me, it can make more of a difference in the size, especially if you don't want to quad track and you're not doing metal quad tracking. If you're maybe just doing something hard rock. What I've seen people do a lot is that for the if they quad track a rock song, then two of the guitar tracks are just regular non-chorus guitar tracks. But then when they hit like the chorus of the song or the pre-chorus or the part where they want that tone to get bigger, two extra guitar tones will come in lower in the mix with some chorus on them, and it really fills things up for that big soaring part. So it does happen more often than you might think. Go and check out even up here the benefits of using chorus subtly on your rhythm guitars. I think you're going to enjoy yourself for sure. This is a really great IR. This is the Marshall 412 1 NTR. I was really... Wow, all of these NTR... Wow. Okay, so that NTR 1. Yeah, Mercurial always for the win, though. Everything Mercurial Audio does is solid. They've never put out anything bad. The only thing they ever did that I didn't like was the original free version of the Metal Zone. I didn't really feel sounded much like a Metal Zone. However, they fixed it and it sounds better. It sounds a lot more like a Metal Zone now. You might be thinking, who the fuck cares? It's a Metal Zone. But I'm under the way of thinking that if you put something out and your rest of your product line is like damn near one-to-one replica, and if you put out something that's not, people are going to notice. And even if it doesn't suck by any means, people are going to notice that does not have your usual attention to detail. And that is important in this industry. You have to have that attention to detail. If you don't have it, then things are gonna slip a little bit. Also, if you have not heard, if you, depending on when you're watching this stream, February 6th to February 8th, Aurora DSP has Mammoth, the amazing bass plugin, on for free. You just have to head over to the Instagram and make sure that you type in the comments Mammoth Month. Always trying to get you guys anything we can for free here. So guys, I'm going to take off now, but I'm going to take just maybe a few minutes of downtime. Then I'm going to come back at you with some red wires, big box. I'll set up a new stream here and we'll have some fun with some red wires and Libra and some other things. And I will be back at you with probably within 10 or 15 minutes at max. All right, folks. So this has been fun. Thank you so much to Mercurial Audio for all the support for so many years. Now I've supported the company as many times as telling everybody that I can over the years that this company is incredible. They have some of the most realistic sounding products on the market today, bar none. And not only realistic sounding, but stuff that when you close your eyes and you play the guitar, you actually feel like you're playing on the real amp. You're not feeling the air moving by any means. Maybe it's in the next room when you're recording or something like that. But it gives you that feeling of real gear. And these guys do everything they do the right way. It's hard-coded, modeled straight from analog. And rather, there's no shortcuts taken. Nothing. No shortcuts are ever taken in this company because they just simply do not believe in taking shortcuts. So that to me means a lot when in an industry where there are more and more people shortcutting around things and cutting off the corners of quality every single day. It's nice that we have so many companies out there that are just loyally devoted to making sure that they don't put their name on anything but the top shelf stuff. Thanks to Mercurial Audio and all the other companies in this industry and in this market involved in making amp sims, guitar and bass software in general at the highest top shelf level. Cheers to you folks out there doing it the right way. You deserve our business, and they do deserve our business. And I will show you guys a little bit more on Mercurial Audio definitely coming up in the next month or so. You're going to be seeing a lot more of Ampbox just for funskies. Okay, folks. So thanks for being here. I'll be right back at you. And if you're watching this after the fact, please do use the comments section. We don't mind at all. And I will get back to you usually within a week. In that sense, I usually try to answer the comments there once a week. So thanks so much again for being here. And I will see you guys next time shortly. Cheers.